It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the 49ers and the boys, and it's all up next.
Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Straight ahead, it's a rematch from last year's NFC Divisional Round matchup, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Charles, these two NFC heavyweights, longtime adversaries. They've met in each of the last two playoffs, with the Niners getting the upper hand both times.
And in the first case, it seemed like an upset. The Niners doing it on the road. The second time, it was more expected. They did it at home. Cowboys looking to turn things around, hoping to get better play from their offense and a defense that's really opportunistic.
It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
There weren't many bigger stories last season than Purdy, who's officially the most famous Mr. Irrelevant of all time. Won each of his first 5 starts and almost guided his team to a Super Bowl. He's really forced the team to reevaluate its plans at quarterback because he looks like the real deal.
First play, and Purdy wants to throw it. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. They got his man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 38 yards. And the Niners go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Moody good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time, and it is their now 30-year-old quarterback, Dak Prescott, who leads the way.
Prescott has some things to clean up from last season, leading the NFL with 15 interceptions and only 12 games played. But we can't overlook the good. 23 touchdowns and an 8-4 record as a starter as he led the Cowboys to consecutive postseasons for the first time since 2007.
2nd and 10. Throwing. Prescott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Here's Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Prescott steps away to his left. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Rocky started throwing the football. He's missed now on his first 4 attempts.
I'm eager to see what his demeanor's going.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the gamble pays off. They get the 1st.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Prescott yet again. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Cowboys are able to match the opening drive touchdown against him with one of the... Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for the Niners. 68 yards.
He's already got 1 touchdown in this first half already. That very nearly was a second. Defensively, they're going to have to figure something out because he's been able to outrun the defenders.
Touchdown! Juwan Jennings, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done.
He's got a man complete. A big play here for Dallas. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Prescott now. Forced out to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying.
Thrown across the field, and that will easily be intercepted. And the return comes right at the 44-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
A second down throw for Prescott. Being chased out left. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Second down, Prescott. Steps away, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Now Prescott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball. Category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance to stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught it, Samuel. Still going inside the 20. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Now Moody for the PAT. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's incomplete. But a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's caught in the end zone. So it goes for 2 points on the fake and gives them a lead. So following the touchdown here. Out to send it away. Now this thing gets marked where it went out of bounds, so they're going to have really good starting field position near midfield. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, Defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. That is caught. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guy.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, Charles, I've heard of backing up to avoid the rush. I think this takes that to a whole new level.
And not upper level either.
Yeah. Remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Prescott. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. This one's caught. And it stretches their lead up to 8. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it. They
tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there for the defense. Make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Final play of the half. Prescott dancing to his left. Just a crazy throw there, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our
We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Prescott. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defense?
There he goes, right side. And he takes it into the... Cross the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. Purdy will throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. With a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Dallas offense set for this next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. First down, Prescott rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
On the move to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
On third down, it's Prescott. This one thrown deep for Schoonmaker. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play here for Dallas. 51 yards.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup.
And Prescott, his third interception. And the Niners are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt.
Now the ball comes loose.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Purdy looking to throw. It got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been...
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Another big gain or two in succession as this one goes for 32. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. And he's got it. Touchdown 49ers. Ray McCloud from 10 yards out. And the Niners have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Moody good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now a man who's taken the reins with the Cowboys. It's and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Here's Brian Anger now. On presumably to punt, though. And how about this, a fake? Incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Here's Prescott. It's there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down. Second down, goal to go. To throw is Prescott. Out to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Just because
McCarthy pretty decisive. He brings out that red challenge flag. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. Prescott. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. Away and incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down. Want to pick up this? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And can you believe this? A big mistake leads to a defensive touchdown, and they're a point away from tying this thing up. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Purdy to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So here we go. It's Jake Moody now in a big spot. This for the lead in the final stages. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here's Purdy to throw. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Peyton Hendershot, 33 yards. And the Cowboys have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. Extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So Purdy and the Niners down by 7. A minute 24 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Here's Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk still going inside the 20. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Extra point try now for Moody.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. But with clock, a decent amount of time here in the tie game, what do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines.
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And it's a fumble.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Things started a little slow for him as a runner, but he has really found a different gear here in this second half. He's been more aggressive, challenging the defense when he sees an opportunity, and now he has a 100-yard game to show for it.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
So it's the 49ers who will get the football first with a chance to win it here in overtime. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Second down, here's Purdy to throw.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Steps away. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. Campbell, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Here comes the first throw in OT for Prescott. Simpson.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to have it
with a chance to win the game here in overtime. So now both teams have had it. Both teams have failed to produce any points, Charles, and the march continues here in overtime.
Well, Brandon, on one of our breaks as we went into the fourth quarter, you mentioned to me how physical this game has been. I think we're seeing some of that attrition here in overtime. Both teams tired, both trying not to make a mistake and lose the game for their team.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. He stopped at the 34-yard line. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal coming back the other way.
Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Prescott from the gun. He's going to go up top again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing, but the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on fourth down. This one is going to wind up incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at the 34. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he loses the football a second time. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, partner?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what? We're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field, very tough. Not surprised it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.